What's your name?
My name is Mariya Soroka.
And where were you born?
I was born in a small town called Євро, which is like an hour away from Lviv, very close to Poland, western part of Ukraine.
And where do you live now?
At the moment I live in New York. I live in Brooklyn, Bushwick.
And what do you do for a living?
For a living, I am a marketer. I work for a tech startup here in the Silicon Alley of New York City.
Okay. And how are you helping EuroMaidan? What have you done in the past few weeks?
So I've been asked to join the group of activists by Oля Yarishkivska. I know her through friends from Philadelphia, and really I feel like the social media, specifically Facebook, really helped us get together and organize everything. So she just saw that I'm being very active by spreading the word about the revolution, and then going to Ukraine, to Майдан, Kiev, just specifically going there because I wanted to see how everything is happening and how we as a diaspora in US can help. So in the past few weeks, what we've done, we organize people to come and spread the word, and just for people to get together and find the right connections, and we have a few goals. One is to weaken the regime of Yanukovych. We understand that it's going to be a long fight, and every small little victory counts. So we can go in details when we were talking about personal sanctions, when we were talking about writing letters to banks to make sure that they freeze all of his accounts and accounts of his family and friends, and also collecting money to help Майдан in Kiev, because we all know once Майдан leaves or is dispersed, well, dispersed is a whole different story, but if they leave voluntarily, that is probably the worst thing that can ever happen without us getting to the point where we want to be.
Okay. What did you do today? What did we see today?
So we had 4 very successful rallies outside. In New York City, we had one in Union Square, Washington Square, Battery Park, and after every single one, we had people that were coming up to us and they were asking, how can I help? Give me something to sign. Where can I donate my money? Like they were describing everything that they want to do. They were expressing their opinions about the situation. So that's why this Sunday we decided to have this forum where anyone could come and express their opinion, propose ideas, and just help us get connections and get things moving. And I personally think it was very, very successful because we got a lot of people to come, a lot of people that care, people that have interest and have ideas and connections.
Was there like a conclusion of the event today, or what was the outcome of it?
So the outcome was that we need a single platform where everyone in New York City, Philadelphia, and DC can see what is going on and what each separate group is doing. So we decided that there is a site that already exists, but people do not know about that site. So we're going to appoint a manager, a person that is going to be updated all the information about things that we are doing here in US, also updating and advertising all of the events that we need people to come to, and also there will be a place where you can donate money that will go to Майдан, because a lot of people want to do that but do not know how. So that was that one outcome, and also we just wanted to show to people that we are doing things, because the biggest question was, what now? Майдан is still there, but the spirit is falling. People getting disappointed in opposition. They do not see clear leadership. And again, as I said before, that is probably the worst that can happen, where people see that all of this is for nothing. So that's why we wanted to make sure that people know that we are working, and we all are very hopeful.
Why is EuroMaidan so important?
EuroMaidan is extremely important for Ukraine, but it is extremely important for the humanity overall. We're seeing this epidemic of, that the 1% owning majority of the country, owning majority of the power. Starting from Egypt, we have Occupy Wall Street, which is so close home, and now in Ukraine, that is exactly the same model. It's oligarchs that invest in politics in Ukraine for their own benefit. The biggest problem in Ukraine is that people in charge do not care about the country. They do not care about middle class. They definitely do not care about lower class. All they do, they just, they want to benefit from the political perspective, and then, buy houses in southern France and spend most of their time outside of the country.
What is the best possible outcome for EuroMaidan?
That is a very good question, because personally and at the moment we all want for EuroMaidan and for Ukraine to sign the trade agreement with EU. And there are a lot of people that are telling us, well, that is just another way to enslave yourself. We want to get away from the Soviet regime, from Putin, but then we're joining just a different country within which a different union within which we're just going to be another colony. But at the moment, Ukraine is in such a place where by ourselves, we just cannot do this. We need that trade agreement. We need that help. And so the best outcome for EuroMaidan is going to be where the regime of Yanukovych it's going to weaken. We will sign that agreement, and in the beginning it's going to be difficult, but there is, clear way where we're going. Probably, hopefully in 20 years my kids will live in Ukraine, because it will be a very good country to live in, and we'll all retire in Ukraine.
What outcome do you fear the most in EuroMaidan?
The most, people lose hope. People it's there was a lot of talk about opposition losing that moment where they had millions of people outside protesting. They were there, they were organized, they dropped everything, and they like, give us something and we'll do it. We are standing behind you, and they kind of lost that opportunity, that moment. So if people lose hope and nothing is going to change, and Yanukovych is going to be a president for 2014, and then he will get reelected and he will still have his regime, because we cannot underestimate his power. He might look like an idiot on videos and TV, but for the 3 years that he has been the president, he has changed the system. And if you look at every single thing he's done, he's following the footsteps of Putin, which in the beginning, he got support of the richest people in Ukraine. We all have names and we all know who they are. And now he's trying to get rid of them and just, have his family own all the money that, those rich, wealthy people own. We're talking about gas, oil, and so on. And then, there is extreme censorship, because again, if there is no information, people do not know what's going on. And that's why Maidan is so important, because people are waking up and realizing we don't want to be, back in the Soviet Union.
So people from all over the world may see this video. What's the most important thing that they should know about what's happening there?
They need to know that together we are strong. And I remember, when I walked onto Maidan, which was, December 12th, the feeling that I got and what I saw, where if you're standing for truth, you will win. You will win. It will take time. It will be difficult, but you just cannot get discouraged. And sorry, I just got this. The person that wins is the person that does not give up. And if we have 10, we have 100, we had millions of those people that are on the same page and completely understand that, that's it. That's all we need. I mean, if you think, if you look back into history about all the different revolutions happening in the whole world, Napoleon, he had 100 people, he took over the country. I mean, really, if we have 100 very smart, and like people with influence that know where we're going, have a strong leader. That's it. Like that's all we really need. We do not need that much. We just really need to be organized and know people.